All cadet boys should fall out right now. All cadet boys should fall out right now.
I don't go do it again. Oh my baby, forgive me. I don't go do it again. Baby, I don't get the excuse. I body do kung fu. You don't say me no love be fine. She do me 1 by 2, yeah. On your act alcohol. Now you my shaky on. My eye on the turn, I come the follow. Now she catching me. If you leave me, now I go there. See go baby, now I go there. My baby, if you leave me, now I go there.
Okay, Sigobe. All right. Thank you very much. We're finally going to welcome our guest speakers. I need the aisle cleared. Can you guys clear it enough for me? From the back, because they'll be walking from that side. Yeah, protocol, please take care of that for me. Clear the aisle and clear it. Yeah, to the back. Nice one. Can I please have some quiet? I need the room very, very, very quiet. Nice one. Okay, so you all know why we're here. It's the Odadeprenuership Series. And we have August invitees here whom we'll be inviting up the stage to take their seats. Okay, I want them to walk down the aisle, and if you can clap or start clapping right now, I'll be very happy. Clap for them as they walk in, give them a standing ovation. Clap harder. Hope your love is sweet past the sheep dog. Are you guys sound? Nice one. Can I have quiet? Can I have some quiet, please? Can we please be quiet? Okay. Can I humbly request the head prefect to join me on stage right now? All right. Okay, I can see you guys respecting what I expected. Alright, sorry. Please, he's going to give us an opening prayer and then we'll take it on the way. Thank you.
Please, let's close our eyes for a word of prayer. Eternal Holy Father, we thank you so much for this evening, for such a gathering. I pray, Lord Jesus, that whatever we are about to do here, we will come and take charge of it and make it a success to the glory and honor of your holy name. And see us through the rest of the activities that commemorate this August week. In Jesus' name I pray with thanksgiving. Amen.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the head boy. All right. I told you a little about why we are here. However, I have somebody who's going to speak a little more detail into it. Tell us a lot about it and why we're doing this. We're gathered here very nicely, but of course there should be a reason. And that reason has to be communicated to all of us. I'd like for you to welcome Mr. Leonard Ekufukwapon, the Global Organizing Secretary of the Odadeprenuership Alumni. Please welcome him.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think you haven't seen the ladies around, eh? Okay, so for some time now, current students, you've experienced a revolution amongst alumni of PRESEC. And it's all about we bringing together our time treasures to harness this for the development of PRESEC. In terms of infrastructure, we've done a lot. However, I want to tilt the scale more to software now. So in view of this, we thought of putting together the Odadeprenuership Series with a theme dominating your space. Very soon, some of you will be going out of PRESEC, and we want you to dominate your various spaces. Is it university, your career, profession, whatever it is? We expect other years to take lead. And I know this program would be the beginning of a lot of things to happen. After this, I hope you will be empowered to go out there and dominate wherever you find yourself. I didn't talk much, but I'm glad you are here, and I'm glad you have our speakers here, and very soon we'll be introducing the moderator to you. All we expect is apt attention. We expect each and every other year to comport yourselves. This is the first one, but I promise you there are greater things to come. So with a round of applause, let's call back the MC.
I love it. Master.
Nice one. The DJ wants me to perform. Me too. All right. We can't do this without having a pre-second moderate the things. And so we carefully chose one guy. It wasn't just a random. It wasn't at random. We chose somebody who we believe is worthy of doing this job. His name is Elikem Robinson. I will ask that he joins me on stage right now. Yeah, please clap for him, clap for him. Yeah.
It's Gazi Clef Productions.
Elikem. So Elikem is a science student. I'm sure everybody knows him. If you don't know him, that's what he looks like in a suit. I didn't look like this when I was in PRESEC. I used to be very, very small, but anyway, times have changed. So Elikem is in 3N, I believe. 3N. Biology. Oh, okay. Oh, so he's doing the good course. The correct one. But which one is the correct science? Biology is the correct science. ICT. That's a future one. All right. So Elikem is going to coordinate things for us right now. He's going to help us introduce our speakers, and then we'll take it from there. Thank you very much, Elikem.
So, good evening and welcome everyone. MC, thanks for that introduction. As you all know, my name is Elikem Robinson, and I want to use this forum to thank the alumni for giving me this chance to be the moderator for the Odadeprenuership. And it's even the first one that I am being given the chance to be on. And it's a series which the alumni have started with. The main aim of this thing is just to empower little Prosecans even when they move to the outer world. And the theme for today's Odadeprenuership is dominating your space. And then we have prominent men, outstanding men who walk through the walls of Prosec just like you are, and today are out in society dominating their space, giving back to society what they got from Prosec. And the first Relax. Okay. Yeah. So the first personality is a young man who was also in Prosec. In his time, he was the DHP, and that is where he got passion to dominate in the kitchen. He left Prosec in the year 2007, and as I speak currently, this gentleman, he is the only man in Ghana with Ghana's #1 donut manufacturing company. And with a round of applause, he's in the person of Mr. Francis Kofiga, CEO of Doman Foods. Thank you very much. Yeah, so the second personality in the building today, this man, he's a very talented guy. In fact, this guy, anytime when I was a day student and I was coming to school, anytime I sit in my mom's car, I listened to him on City FM, and he was also a young Prosecan, and he completed in the year 1998. He proceeded to one of the outstanding universities in UK, and where he pursued a degree, and he pursued a degree in chartered marketing. This man today, as I speak, he has won several awards, even from BBC, and he is in the person of Mr. Bernard Avlo, aka Aloski. Give it up for him as he comes on stage. Thank you very much. So now we're moving on, and the last personality we have in the building, this is a young gentleman who walked through the walls of Prosec, of being the president of the NCCE club. He was also an executive in the Scripture Union, proceeded to University of Ghana, where he was also elected as the president of NUGS due to the way he was involved when it came to human rights. As I speak currently, he is the member of parliament for North Tongu in the Volta region, and he set a record in Ghana of being the youngest deputy minister in the country, and he's the person of he's in the person of Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa. Give it up for him as he comes to the Honorable. Yeah, I didn't add this, and in his time he was called the Son of Man. So he's going to tell us why he was also called the Son of Man in his time. Yeah, so once again, I welcome all of you to the Odadeprenuership Series with a round of applause. Thank you very much. Once again, gentlemen, welcome back to Pusek. Yeah, before I move on to anything, I want to know, starting with, I hope you don't mind if I call you Aloski. All right. Okay, I want to know, with Aloski, how is the feeling coming back to Pusek to give to these young ones what you gained many, many years ago? So tell us.
Thank you very much, Elikem, right? Thank you. It's really an honor to come back here. I walked into this school in 1996 as a 14-year-old boy, and I didn't know that 20-something years after, somebody will find me useful to come and even say anything here. So that in itself is success, and I'm excited at what is going on in Presec. I'm a proud Odadeprenuer, and I'm looking forward to the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's please clap for him. And moving on to Doman. Doman, how is the feeling coming back here? Yeah, Doman. Thank you very much, Doman. Honorable, hope you don't mind if I call you Son of Man. Okay, so Son of Man, so tell us, how is the feeling coming back to your homeland to give us back what you gained?
Well, thank you very much, Elikem. Let me say a good evening to you, to the panel, and to the great giants of Presec. I always say that Presecans are a special breed of people, and every year it becomes even more competitive to become a Presecant. Our days, I would say that it was easier. Yeah. It gets easier, I guess,
yes.
With our predecessors. But as the population increases and as students at the lower level get more and more intelligent, certainly it is a special breed who get the opportunity to gain admission to the sector and to be ordained into that special group of people called the Odadeprenuership family. So it is an honor to be here. I entered Presec exactly 20 years ago.
Wow, 2 decades. 2 decades ago.
So it's been 2 decades already. And it's amazing how time flies. I remember being in my white shirt and khaki just like yesterday. And my first week, I discovered something about myself in Presec. I discovered a housewife.
Wow. His house.
I discovered in my first week in Presec housewife. Then it was compulsory for all first years to be part of the house choir. I was the first student in my year group to be disqualified from the choir. Because Mr. Domina certainly that is not my calling. So I took to other extracurricular activities, and that is how I was free or extricated from the compulsory singing that I know most Form 1 boys, as we were called at the time, did not really fancy, unless those who really had a passion and a talent for it. So it's great to be back, and I'm really looking forward to this discussion. And I'm very honored to see Bernard and to meet Doman, who is doing very well, and we are all proud of him. And I hope that we will all be getting some donuts after tonight's encounter. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, so today's theme is dominating your space. Honorable, I want to know how are you dominating your space, and how is entrepreneurship playing an essential role?
Well, first of all, let me place your question in context, that I still consider myself a student of politics, not only because I read political science at the University of Ghana, but because I am very young in the field. And I have many, many mentors who I look up to and who I chart my course based on good counsel and good guidance. So I wouldn't describe myself as somebody who is dominating the political space. I am still trying to make an impact. I'm still trying to be a worthy public servant who is able to leave a legacy many years after I have left the stage. So, as a student of politics and as one who is up and coming, because I'm hoping that as God will dictate, I may have the opportunity to continue in this career for a while, as long as the good people of Northton continue to elect me. There is a term in Parliament called Mugabe. I'm aspiring to be one. I've won my second election now as a member of Parliament for Northton.
Wow.
And I'm hoping that there will be many
Wow.
elections.
Give it up for him. Let's give it up for him.
But I believe that foundations are important. Your formative years are very, very crucial. And I owe this school a lot. Many people do not know that I was born a stammerer. I am an introvert. But for the opportunities I had in Presec gave me my first opportunity to stand before people and preach to them as Vice President of the Scripture Union. That afforded me the opportunity to learn the art of public speaking. I also developed on that, became trustee of the Greater Accra Regional Student Representative Council.
Wow.
And at the time, you had all the secondary schools in the Greater Accra region sending reps, and it's a very competitive election. And I recall that we were about 7 from very, top schools in the Greater Accra region, and you had to convince your peers that you offered the best program and you could serve them well. So that was another good learning curve. Then I also became president of the Civic Education Club. So all of these experiences, coupled with the opportunity to debate, and I remember that in our year, the 1999 year, we won a special Baha'i Faith and NCC-sponsored national debate competition. Presec was the best. We won the finals, and I was the lead debater at that time, beating Ajimota in the finals, beat Accra Academy in the semi-finals, finance and quarter finance.
Wow. Interesting.
So for somebody who was born very nervous, very timid, an introvert, a stammerer, you certainly need some good grooming, some good foundation, and that is what Presec offers. So I want to use this opportunity to urge our colleagues that do not disregard or despise extracurricular activities. Yes, we said we love our books, we love to move, and we love to break the records and dominate the speech and prize giving day and all of that. But let us remember that this school also offers more than just academic excellence. It also offers you the opportunity to discover your potential, to discover other talents that you have. And I found out entering into national politics, because when I went to the University of Ghana, it was quite natural to just continue to become press secretary of the SRC. I became editor-in-chief of the Forum magazine, editor-in-chief of the Echo magazine of Commonwealth Hall, and then later became president of the National Union of Ghana Students. It's all because of the foundation I had in Presec. So it was quite easy for me to fit into those roles and then to win a national election to become president of the National Union of Ghana Students. And then I transitioned into national politics. So as I like to describe myself, I'm still a beginner, I'm still a learner, but I am very, very proud of the foundation that Presec afforded me. And so my admonition to our younger colleagues this evening will be that please avail yourself, just make time for all the other opportunities that Presec offers. And if you look at all our Odadiers who are doing great, I remember Bernard was winning our quiz competitions for us. We always looked up to him. He was a year ahead of me. I'm not surprised that Doman learned from the dining hall environment and is now a great domestic entrepreneur. Not in the domestic setting alone, but I would say that it's becoming a household name nationally. So let us take opportunities that come our way, and it's an opportunity to learn, to develop ourselves. And finally, I'll talk about the right attitude. Talent is not enough. Exposure to extracurricular activities is not enough. But you must have the right attitude. Learn how to work with people. Learn how to learn from elders, those who have gone before you, and that will certainly guarantee you some success as you progress. And I'm happy to see Kwame Jan, who was vice president of the Scripture Union. I'm not too happy of the Students Representative Council. Yes, at the time I wasn't too sure about his Scripture Union qualities, but I'm happy to see him and other Odadiers here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was a very interesting to say from Honorable Samalokutu Twaba. Now moving on to the Doman, the man himself who has passion for kitchen. So we also want to know how you are creating your space and how is entrepreneurship playing an essential role.
Okay, so when my executives, the executives of the Odadie in my year group 2007, when they reached out to me and they said, "Hey Francis, you are going to be the person to be on the panel to represent us," and I said, "What's the topic? The topic for discussion?" And then he said, "Dominating your space." And I said, "Me, what space have I dominated?" And he said, "Oh, you are dominating everywhere." And then it actually threw my mind to the fact that right from Presec, when I got into the boarding house, that was in Form 2, I wanted to be a Daniel worker.
and then I moved on to become a dining hall supervisor. And then I didn't know how to stand before a crowd and then speak, because I thought, what if you make a mistake? They'll laugh at you. What if you say something? But in the course of being a worker and then to a supervisor, and then having the boldness to say eyes closed for the grace, and then everybody keeps quiet, and then you say the prayer, then everybody says amen, and then you hear the ladles bang 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 bang. That to me was the beginning of domination. You could actually say something and people listen, or you can actually talk and people will be silent enough to pay attention to you. So that gave me the foundation. And then I moved on to become the Daniel prefect. To become a prefect, even in itself, we had to go through elections, and then I had to go from class to class. Then I was in D1, I was doing science and French. So then I had to go from class to class, and every time trying to convince people to vote for me. And then there was when I was actually supposed to speak on this, then I remember dominating your space actually doesn't start from when you get to the top. It starts from where you are now. It is not something you learn in the future. It's something you learn from where you are.
Do you have a specific length of
it can be as small of your class, whatever class it is. The fact that you can speak to one other person to follow an instruction, that to me is the losing of space in itself. And then you move on, and then you become maybe senior prefect, or then you move on, you graduate, you go to university, you go to whichever school you choose, whichever course, and then you are able to help other people even discover their talents or do something. Maybe you are in a farm, and as a farm master or as the past leader, when other people were sharing the story about the choir, I remember when I was also supposed to do the choir, they said we should sing one part. Then I'm trying to sing. They said the person no, but I think sounds the same. So if you can teach someone to sing a part, that means dominating your space in itself. So dominating your space, don't let your mind go far and say maybe dominating a space for architecture or entrepreneurship or anything. Entrepreneurship. What does it mean entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship, something innovative, doing something different from how everyone else does it. For me, like because you to me as human beings. Haven't you eaten bubble before? No, do you know what bubble is? It's a simple bubble that we eat. Just putting small sugar, putting small chocolate, putting a nice box. Now we say Roma. And I'm very humble. Thank you to the organizers on this panelist for honorable to say it's going nationwide, it's becoming a household name. So it is not something out of the box or something very grand. You come in as minute as selling pure water. Do it in an innovative way. Package in a nice way. It's a very nice thing to it. For all you know, everybody carries the pure water on their head. You can send the pure water in the somebody will buy. So dominating your space, it is doing something innovative in a creative way and being excellent at it. Be excellent. I noticed how everybody irons their trousers with their razor sharp lines. In my time, if you have razor sharp lines in your trousers, you'll be punished. And I remember when the senior prefect at my house and he called me one time and he said, show me your tunic iron, and she said, like that. And he said, show me your suit. He said, why is it your trousers iron? I said, this thing's iron. He said, no, I don't see the razor sharp lines. As minute as it is, being excellent and brilliant at the minute things that you do is dominating your space in itself. So don't let it intimidate you that you are big. You are big. Where you are big. In every person, there's a gift, there's a talent, there's a skill, there's a goal, there's a vision. Nature didn't create failures. Nature didn't create people to become small. Everybody can be great. Everybody can dominate. It starts from where you are and you can that.
Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you very much, Roman Fields. Now moving on over to Aloski. How are you also dominating your space, and how is entrepreneurship playing an extensive role?
Thank you. First, I want to apologize for the poor sound. I'm a radio presenter, so I like good sound. So we are sorry about the poor sound. Those at the back, can you hear me? Great. Now, let me answer your question simply. Dominating your space. Leadership is field defined. You can't be a leader everywhere. My field is media. Now, it is essential to know where you belong if you want to make impact. You can't dominate every space. The world's fastest man is Usain Bolt, but he can't make the same impact in a classroom because his field is different. So dominance and influence starts from knowing your purpose. When I was on this campus, my purpose tended to the Quiz Writers and Debaters Club. I was not a prefect. I debunked the notion that you have to be a prefect to be successful, in the sense that if all of us want to be prefects, who will be followers? The second point is that leadership develops at different times. Leadership doesn't develop in a day, it develops daily. Some people become good leaders in primary school, others in secondary school. Some discover their leadership potential in the university. Some finish university before they become leaders. It's important to pace yourself. Don't compare yourself with other people. The third point, your impact begins with your gift. Everybody has a gift. Your gift is the starting point for making you prominent. Without, the Bible says, a man's gift makes room for him. My gift is communication. That's what creates space for me. But not every gifted person will be prominent, because some people don't hone their gift. There are few people who are prominent, but beyond prominence there must be influence. There are many people who are popular on television, on radio. Prominence and influence is not the same thing. Influence is using your gift and your prominence to change lives positively. Some people are influential, but not all of them will make impact. Impact is shaking your field and making the most of the gift God has given you. So my gift makes me prominent, my prominence makes me influential, and my influence makes an impact. So if you want to be a dominant force in your field, you must discover where God has placed you to be. I don't struggle to do what other people do. Even though I studied economics and I got a first class, my aim was not to become an economist. I always knew my gift was in media. My urge to you is to discover what God created you to be and stick to it. Secondary education is the first preparation for life. It helps you be disciplined. It helps train your memory. And a pre-sec education gives you a few more things. Christian gentlemen, you learn how to weed. You learn self-sufficiency, because I developed a personal study habit here. So my urge to you is to use the 3 years you'll be here to hone your gift. It's very important to know your gift and to hone it. And whether you were given the subject you wanted or not, make sure every year you improve one aspect of your life. That is the way to develop dominance in your field. That's a very long way of answering a very short question. I'm sure later on we can talk more. So that will be my answer for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. With a round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now moving on to Honorable. You made a very important statement that foundation is very, very important. Now I want you to tell us, what are some of the values you took from Presec that is helping you outstand in society where you are today?
To answer that question, let us accept that the Presec environment, really speaking, is the world environment. You come into Presec Form 1. You have to deal with seniors who will bully you, who will give you a rough time. For most of us, we had never left the comfort zones of our parents, our mothers, who shielded us, protected us. It was the first time you are left alone in secondary school. You have to learn how to live by yourself, to live a disciplined life, to wake up on time, to do the chores, to report on time for breakfast, else you will be punished, on time to the classroom, else you will be punished. After school, you must prepare to do some reading, to learn how to keep your environment clean. You learn how to make your bed, most of us for the first time. That is how real life is. When you have even graduated from university, you find out that out there it is rough. There are people who will bully you, who will test your resolve, who will test your resilience. There are some people who will just decide to pick on you, either at the workplace, wherever you find yourself. So it is important to approach your years here in Presec as a wonderful learning opportunity. There are many people who hate first year, who get so frustrated and they want to leave. But what I find out is that most often they are those who get to third year and are the most troublesome seniors, who dish it out more than they receive.
It's very true.
So that is life. You are always climbing. And when you get to the top, how do you treat those who will be your subordinates? How will you treat the vulnerable, those who are below you? So let us always use the Presec environment as an opportunity to learn real life experiences. And it starts with the little things. Making your bed, dressing well, branding yourself. This is Odadeprenuership. You are highlighting entrepreneurship. I am not an entrepreneur. Ignore all the propaganda out there that I don't fill stations. I know I'll do such a terrible job at being a businessman, being an entrepreneur. But I tell you tonight that all the ingredients of a successful entrepreneur must apply in our daily lives. Entrepreneurs are risk takers. Entrepreneurs are goal getters. Entrepreneurs venture. They take initiative. Entrepreneurs have a passion for success. I don't believe that these qualities should be reserved for only entrepreneurs. All of us, in our personal lives, regardless of our endeavor, whatever career we decide to take, these are qualities that we need to succeed. You must be a risk taker. You must not be afraid of failing. Life is full of uncertainty. And as Benjamin Disraeli said, the great thing about youth is that youth is wholly experimental. This is the age to experiment, to try areas that and course to take up courses that you probably are not accustomed to or have not been introduced to previously. So the qualities of a good entrepreneur must apply in our lives. And remember that your peers are watching. Branding yourself, being known to stand for something. If your peers consider you indisciplined, if they consider you intolerant, if they consider you a bully, you'll find out that that perception will follow you always. And it could be a hindrance Finally, I would also say that what you learn from the presec environment, and indeed this boarding school environment where we can meet tonight and speak and engage each other, it is important to stress that human relations can never be overemphasized. It is so crucial how you relate to one another. There is a Stanford Research Institute study that found out that the amount of money you earn, the success in your career, is only 12.5% of the knowledge you have. So if you are an engineer, your success rate is only 12.5% of the engineering you learned in school. The remaining 87.5% is your human relations, your people knowledge, how you relate with your boss, how you relate with your constituents. If you are an MP, how you relate with your colleagues at work. And so, how you relate in research, your attitude, your ability to respect one another, regardless of their background, which forms they are, how to help one another, how to learn team spirit. That is what will earn you your promotion. That is what will earn you your likability, and for that matter, your success. So these are some of the values that I learned in Presec that I found out in later years. No matter what research you read, it comes to confirm that the experiences that we took for granted here are the experiences that will help you to succeed in later years in life. So those are the value systems that we must learn. Making sure that we are able to fit perfectly. And to fit perfectly, you must be disciplined. You must be a truly well-accustomed Christian gentleman. Don't take the Presbyterian training that we are given here for granted. You'll find out that in life, it is not only what you make it, but there is also a certain force. There is a certain power that directs our steps and that blesses you. We are not the best people in the world or in the country, but it is really about the training and how we are able to ensure that God blesses us based on our yearning for the principles in the Bible, the principles according to the Presbyterian training that we receive here. All of those value systems are important to help you succeed wherever you find yourself.
Thank you very much. Let's give a round of applause to Honorable Samuel Okudu. Now moving on to Doman. Let's go days in Presec. You were the assistant CBO, and that's where you had passion to dominate in the kitchen. And moving on to university, we all know there's nothing like dining hall perfect. How were you able to keep this vision and you are still dominating your space currently?
So, I wouldn't continue and say that if you have the vision here, you carry it on to go on smoothly from now to the next 10 years or next 20 years. I want to see you say that is true. There are challenges on the road. There are life problems on the road. You have to deal with friends, you have to deal with employment, you have to deal with the economy, you have to deal with several things will come here to steal the seed or to steal the mission away. So I won't tell you that it's very easy and this is very good. But what helped me was the fact that aside all the lack of food and to make money also, the opportunity came up. If opportunity comes, or opportunity definitely comes to every person, Every person will face a chance to shine. Every person will face a chance to succeed. But when the opportunity comes and you are not prepared, that is where the problem is. So once there's preparation and the opportunity comes, you can capitalize on it. So the vision was there, the passion was there. Let's do something with food. Let's sell something. Let's do something like a report and see whether we can make money. But when the opportunity came, that okay, if it is broken, let's change broken how it is. Then in my background, I extended physics in school. I did so physics and chemistry is very wide apart. I studied physics in school and then I went on to learn IT. I was doing programming. So that's also another way. And then in my studies of IT, I took to graphic design. So I started doing Photoshop, graphic design, designing flyers, banners, all sorts of things. And then when I was opportunity to sell business came, everything else I learned, the graphic design, the IT, the business, everything else came back to me. So once the preparation is there and the opportunity arises, you can capital on it. So then we said, okay, since we are selling, let's run nice. Let's have nice pictures, nice designs, nice slides. Let's do some social events. And it is those business actions that is really driving the people. Aside the fact that it's nice and everything, which I will give opportunity to do. I'm not about 12 people to have free samples when we are here. Aside from the fact that the human face of is nice, the branding, the way it looks, the way it visually appeals to you, and you actually want to buy it. And that to me is what was important to once you are able to see the end goal and maneuver through the challenges that may come to it, you can win.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kosuga. So moving on to the man Aloski. After Presec, you got a first class in economics. What was the response of people when you told them you want to move into radio and television, because you had a first class in economics and also went to an outstanding school in UK where you also pursued marketing? What was the response and what were the opinions of friends and family, and how were you able to manage it and dominate there?
Thank you for your question. Everybody has their opinion about your life, but you have direction about what you need. So I learned that very early in my life. I come from a family of 8. I am the 7th of 8 children. We have 4 boys. All 4 boys came to Presec. I was the last one to come. Most of my brothers studied science. I did general arts. Most of my brothers were athletes and prefects. I was not. So if you are similar to people, you'll be comfortable, but your relevance is in how different you are. So you must celebrate your difference. I don't try to be like my brother. One of my brothers went to Harvard. I don't try to be like him. He's a lawyer, I'm a journalist. You must celebrate your difference. It's very important. Number 2, you must be independent minded. One thing Presec taught me was, when we came to Presec, the school was good, and I say this with all respect to the teachers. The school was good not just because the teachers were good, but because we learned independent study. So I was in house 3. We used to go to the science resource center to study on our own on Saturdays without supervision. Independent study is what qualifies you for independent decision making. If every time you have to study is at prep, you are like a zombie. So number 1, celebrate your difference. Number 2, you must develop a fierce sense of independence. I am the captain of my soul. I determine what happens to me, not what other people think. Many people think if you did Jock Econs Maths and you go to Legon to study economics, you must continue to do a PhD, but that's just their opinion. Independent study helps you in your quiet time to decide what you want for yourself. Third issue, goal setting. Goal setting. You can't dominate your space if you live your life without goals. Up to today, I set goals for myself. When I got to the office this morning at 5:45, I wrote down 5 things I have to do today on a piece of paper. This is the 5th one I'm doing now. If you don't order your goals, people will waste your life. If you learn how to set goals, you will not be confused about what steps to take. If you learn how to set goals daily, if you take care of the minutes, the hours will take care of themselves. If you take care of the hours, the days will take care of themselves. If you take care of the days, the years will take care of themselves. You may not need to plan for 30 years. If you can't manage 24 hours, how can you manage 30 years? So my view is that learn how to apportion your time, develop independent study, and celebrate your difference. That is the only way to make impact. And that is why when I took the path of media, a lot of people criticized it. Now they applaud it. The funny thing is that a lot of people who criticize you when you start, when you become successful, they'll say, but we always knew Bernard was great. Bernard was my friend. Even those who were not talking to me in class, they tell their friends, when we present, Bernard was my best friend. It's not true. Success has many friends, but failure is an orphan. Don't try to be popular now. Be independent to succeed. And even people who dislike you, when you are successful, they will associate with you. That will be my admonition.
Thank you very much, Alaski. And now, Honorable, you were once the Deputy Minister of Education. Now, do you think entrepreneurship should only be centered at the tertiary level and shouldn't be brought to the secondary cycle?
Well, as I said earlier, we should consider the definition of entrepreneurship to apply to our everyday life, so that if an entrepreneur is successful because he invented, he ventured, he persisted, and the results are visible and are clean, very much are clean, let that apply in our daily lives. As Bernard said, let us have goals and let us consciously work towards those goals. Be the master of your destiny. Discover very quickly what makes you tick, what drives you, not what your father wants you to be or what your mother wants you to be. In this country, if you are very intelligent and can obtain good academic grades, you must be a science student, you must become a medical doctor, maybe an engineer, other things. Well, you weren't that smart, you weren't that bright. And I remember a few of our mates from Presec, at the time, everybody does biological science first year, and then you go for an interview based on your GPA, you're selected, shortlisted for an interview, and you make it to the medical school. Some said medical or suicide. If I don't make it to the medical school, then I'm a failure. And there were mates of ours who literally went crazy because they couldn't make it. The point I'm making is that don't let others run your life. And so, back to your question. To me, it makes no difference if entrepreneurship is studied right from even basic school. What is important is civics education, in my view. How we can teach our students, our peoples, to be good citizens, to fit successfully in society. There is a former Israeli Prime Minister, Odadeprenuership, who said that what we Israelis have It's just our spirit. That's all we have, our spirit. We don't have petroleum receipts. We don't have coal. We don't have diamond. We are not even a big population. All we have is our spirit. And spirit is everything. Attitude is everything. I believe that this country can make progress in leaps and bounds beyond what we are doing today if we take up the right attitude. Too many of us are waiting for only a section of society to do it for us. Only politicians must get it right. Only our parents must get it right. Only our teachers should get it right. What about you? It all begins with us. So I know that there is this debate that has been going on and it continued when I was at the Ministry of Education. We attended several conferences. The United Nations Organization has been pushing for entrepreneurship to be mainstream in the curriculum from secondary school down to tertiary. Let us rather take the qualities and mainstream it in all subjects, because I hold a view that already in our educational system we have too many subjects. We have to reduce the subjects, even at the primary school, getting to the BEC level. There are too many subjects.
That's very, very true. I agree with you. It's very, very, very true.
So I will not ascribe to an additional subject. What I will say is that let's have few subjects, but in all the subjects, let us infuse the qualities of entrepreneurship. No matter if you are studying physics, chemistry, biology, general arts, agriculture, the reason why, no matter the courses we offer, we all graduate, most of us waiting for government jobs. We cannot start up by ourselves. It's because of the nature of the curriculum. So can we rather mainstream, can we rather integrate the qualities, the ingredients of entrepreneurship in all courses? It is my contention that even medical doctors need these qualities of entrepreneurship, the ingredients of entrepreneurship. Engineers need it, journalists need it, so that once it is in all the subjects, it's mainstream, it doesn't really become an issue of an additional subject. Let us diffuse it into the various courses that we run, and we'll be fine. So that is the view I hold. I do not think that this country needs additional subjects. Once we are identifying qualities in entrepreneurship which can help this country succeed and help individuals succeed, let us just diffuse it in our various subjects and take up these qualities, and I believe that we'll be better for it.
Thank you very much, Honorable. That was very interesting. And now we'll be breaking for a commercial break. When we are back, we are going to hear from Doman, how he used passion and he's dominating his space when it comes to donuts manufacturing as one of Ghana's best donuts production company. Thank you very much. Stay.
Eric, can you please get me some potatoes?
I've got this. I've got this.
Camel cleans, kills 99.9% of germs.
I've got this.
Camel cares for healthy skin.
I've got this.
Camel protects for life's little adventures. I've got this. Camel is now from Carrots, cleans, cares and protects for healthy skin. Eric, I need a favor.
I've got this.
Be Camel confident. Say yes to life. Eric, can you please get me some potatoes?
I've got this. I've got this.
Camel cleans, kills 99.9% of germs.
I've got this.
Camel cares for healthy skin.
I've got this.
Camel Camel protects for life's little adventures. I've got this. Camel is now from Carix. Cleans, cares, and protects for a healthy skin. Eric, I need a favor.
I've got this.
Be Camel confident. Say yes to life. Eric, can you please get me some potatoes?
I've got this.
Eric, can you please get me some potatoes?
I've got this. I've got this.
Camel cleans.
Night celebrations dubbed A Touch of 1957, a torchlight and bonfire night with a special Ghana Art 60 procession. Come experience live band music, fireworks display, reenactment of the declaration of Ghana's independence, fundraising outreach for projects in the school, induction of graduating seniors into the Odadeprenuership fraternity, and unveiling of Presec at 80 anniversary logo. The date is Friday the 6th of October 2017. The venue Presec Legon. The time 6 p.m. sharp. MCs Odadeprenuership Paul Adomotre of Good Evening Ghana, Lexis Bill of Joy FM, and Bernard Avle of City FM. Performances by Ebony, Wuta, and Odadeprenuership Choir Master of Prayer Fame. The Odadeprenuership DJs on rotation: DJ Blow of Star FM, DJ Mark Tonto, and DJ Adom. There will be lots of drinks and food to eat. For inquiries, please call 0242 705 983. So, in the effervescent spirit of our joyous anthem, join us as we cheer. Oh, come along and join us as we light up for Presec and Ghana's 60th anniversary celebration.
I go take care of you, passing and need. Are you getting? Are you getting? All your problems are no say solution, I go. Are you getting? Are you getting? Mama born you, your mama born you well, and you're beautiful too. I want to hold you, I want to hold you, girl, I love you.
Welcome back from the quick commercial break, and now we're going to have Q&As from you guys. So the microphone's going around. If you have any question you want to ask any of these personalities who are dominating their space, please you have hand to do. So we'll have Q&As from you guys. So if you have any questions, please lift up your hands and we'll get to you. Yes, so he'll be taking the mics round for Q&As.
Okay, I'm going to divide the whole place into 6. We might take just 6 questions. I want us to wrap up by 9:15. So the first 2 quadrants, if I can get a question from maybe the first 6, 7 pews. Any question from here? Yes, okay. So you stand. Please stand for me. I want another one from here. Yes, sir. Please stand. From the middle there. One question from the middle. Hey, the middle. What's happening? One question. You, all right. Okay, so I have my first 3 questions. I'll bring the mics around. Can someone? Okay, cool. All right. So just state your name, your house, your class, and then make your question very brief for us.
My name is Kenneth Tevia.
Please speak loudly.
My name is Kenneth Tevia, a student of 3G class, and I'm in Laboni House, House 6. My question is to Mr. Aloski. I would like to find out, coping with the changes in the marketplace, what is the prospect of embracing entrepreneurship in the space of the media? Want to find out what are the prospects of embracing media entrepreneurship? That is being an entrepreneur and in the space of the media. That's what I want to find out.
Nice one. Aloski, do you want to take it or okay, we'll take more of the questions and then we'll put that together. Okay, next one. Yes.
My name is Mensa Samuel from 3D3 class. I'm in Clark House, House 2.
Clark House, House 2. Nice one.
Okay. My question is to all the three panelists we have today. And the question is that, how often did they feel whilst they were in school? How often did they feel weird among their colleagues that you want to do something but everyone is against it? How did they cope with those challenges? And then I have another question. The question 2 says that, and we are in school right now, and then we are being, should I say, surrounded by certain boundaries. The boundaries are the school rules. Is it always that you stay within the school rules, or sometimes you have to go beyond it? You have to stay beyond 10. You have to go, 1, 2, studying, thinking, planning, yeah, that sort of thing. Thank you.
Nice one, nice one, nice one. All right, let me take a third question from that side, and then we have them answered.
Okay, I'm a contact from the Royal's house. We are our servants. Well, I would like to ask our pre-seniors here that during that time in the first year, when they were really worried by the seniors, what did they do to give them enough time to study? Because in our time, I believe that we are the form ones, so we are meant to work. For our seniors to relax and learn, to also pass. So for them, for their time, how did they find time for themselves? What did they do in order to maybe learn and then progress in their studies?
Okay. All right. Can I have some quiet, please? Thank you very much. All right, so we have the first 3 questions, and then we'll have them answered. Aloski, if you can take the first one for us, I'd be happy.
Can I stand? Thank you. Entrepreneurship in the media. The media is one of the fastest growing sectors globally. We are in the information and digital age. There are 4 opportunities in the media. You can be a media practitioner or professional like myself. You can start a media house like the man who started my radio station. You can educate people to work in media, or you can provide independent content for media. Produce your own movie, do your own music, do your own TV show. The opportunities are limitless. The key point is to develop creativity and understanding of the space. That's my answer to your question. The second question, I'll answer the second part. Do you always have to stay within school rules? Please listen to this answer. Nobody can gain mastery in life if they don't learn how to operate within boundaries. You can't become a man in authority if you don't learn how to operate under authority. So being in school is your test for leadership. If you can't endure 3 years within school rule boundaries, if we give you a country, you can't run it. You'll be too indisciplined. So if you can't learn discipline here, there's nowhere else you can learn it. So yes, be creative, but don't break the school rules. They'll answer the rest of the questions.
The response you got on school rules is the only answer, my brother. Because when you have left Presec, there is also the rules of Ghana. There are laws, and nobody is above the law. Not the president of Ghana, not ministers, not the speaker of parliament, who is an old boy, who will be coming here this week. Nobody is above the law. So yes, you can be creative, but be creative in discovering your talent, be creative in inventions, how to transform the world and put Presec on the map, make all of us proud. There are many, many fields that require creativity, but certainly not in breaking rules. And let me conclude on this particular question by reading my favorite advice from Paul the Apostle to Timothy. You know, I was SU Vice President. I used to preach from here. 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 12. This is what Paul told Timothy. He said, don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. 1 Timothy 4:12. So let that guide you. How do you make time amidst all the senior bullying to learn, to justify your inclusion here? Whilst the seniors have made time and they are learning, they are punishing you. That's where your creativity should come in. Not in breaking rules, but in creating time for yourself. Seniors bullying, that is a matter we must confront. When we were here, Kwame Jan will tell you that the Students' Representative Council took that matter up so that we could take the issue of students' rights to another level. The SRCs held the view that prefectorial councils and seniors should always remember that all students have rights, and there is a limit to which you should go in bullying and homoing and all of that. So if it's becoming excessive and it is affecting your studies, it is even affecting your well-being, some of the punishments border on cruelty. Don't be afraid to report those seniors to higher authority. Don't be afraid. Yes, you may be victimized, but one of the things that you should learn here is that you should stand up for what you believe in. If you find out about our past, you will discover that we always didn't accept every kind of punishment, especially if there was no justification, if it was excessive, if it bordered on the violation of our human rights, if it will kill us. There are some students who have lost limbs, who have been hurt because they wanted to be overly obedient. Don't allow anybody to violate your rights, no matter who that person is, even if that person is the school prefect. Don't allow that. I am not asking you to be insubordinate. You go about it politely, nicely. You reason up with a senior. Senior, as for this, please, what have I done? Please, can there be another punishment? As for the size of field that you have given me to weed, I mean, it's just not possible. Reason with the seniors. And I can tell you one thing about pre-seconds. We like to see an intelligent junior who is almost exposing us and making us feel quite awkward. So find creative ways of getting around it. But if it's becoming excessive and is bordering on violating your rights, your well-being, please let your housemaster, let your school prefect know about it, and I'm sure that they will defend you.
I'll attempt to answer the question on the you said if your friends are laughing at you or mocking at you. There was a group of frogs and they were traveling somewhere and they were all hopping, going to the place, and then two of them fell inside the hole. Can you hear me? Two of them fell inside the hole, and then the other friends were saying, we have to go because where we are going, we are late. We'll have to leave you guys so that you die in the hole. And then they tried to come out. They'll jump, but they were still stuck in the hole. And then one of the other people said, one of the other frogs heard what his friends were saying, and then he just gave up, and then he went deep down into the hole and died. The second one, he kept jumping. At a point, he realized that as he was jumping, he was creating demarcations where he could jump and stand on and then jump out, and then eventually jumped out. When his other people were asking, didn't you hear us telling you that you should give up and then go down? He said, I am deaf. Or he did a sign that I am deaf. I wasn't hearing what you were saying. I thought you were encouraging me. So when people are putting you down or telling you otherwise, rather close a deaf ear to it, or put a deaf ear and not hear what they are saying, but rather transform what they are saying to you as encouragement and press on. Thank you.
Nice one. All right, so let me take the next two, actually the last two, and then from the back, the guys at the back. Yes, sir, you there. Can someone give him the mic? Yes.
I'm Azurabu Malabwenti School, that's Clark House, and I'm in June. I wanted to ask about the combination of sports with academics, to see how young folks like us can actually combine sports and academics to actually improve our lives and become better leaders in future. Yes.
Nice one. Thank you. One last one. Yes, sir. I called you first.
Good evening, please. I'm Kelvin Tansen from Osu Parry House in 3 Gym.
Yeah.
I have 3 questions actually.
3 questions?
Yes, please.
Please make it 2.
Okay. My first question is to all the panelists. They are talking to us about risk. We should be taking risk. We've heard success stories of people like Bill Gates where they had to take a risk like dropping out of school. I want to know, what should be the parameters of the risk we take? Should it be intense, or there should be a standard mark for it? And also, I want to speak about like the team they gathered, because I believe they didn't climb the ladder of success alone. They needed a push from friends and family. So I want to know how, what was the criteria for you people choosing a very good team to support you in this work? Thank you.
Okay. All right. So one last question. I saw a hand here. You, this man.
Thank you.
Him there. No, that guy. Okay, yeah, all right. You just ask. Yeah, cool.
Good evening. My name is George Yadomo, House 9.
George.
1A1 class. My question goes to Honorable Okunjeto Ablakwa. I want to ask that, why did you choose to become an MP? When did you realize that, and what courses or what steps did you take to actualize that vision? Thank you.
Nice one. All right, so take the last one from that man over there, the young man. Yes. All right, last question, please.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Honorable Okunjeto Ablakwa. Anyway, my name is Pobi Obin Godwin. I'm in 1K and in House 5, Miss House. My question is, how did he rise through the ranks to become the young enterprising MP he is now? What was his ambitions from being a young politician to become the MP he is now?
Thank you. Okay, Honorable, so you have 2 main questions. Oh, there's one last one. Okay, all
Thank you very much. I'm Principal Kwedusei, a student of 3A1 and a member of House 3. I want to direct this question to Mr. Anoski. I want to ask that will one day grow and occupy various leadership positions and take up various occupations. I want to know that as young adults, what necessary steps can we take as we're in the secondary school? What necessary steps can we take to attain that dream that we have? For instance, maybe someone wants to be a journalist one day. What necessary steps can the person take right now to attain that position? And also I want to ask that for those of us who are studying certain courses, not because we like it, but to appease our parents, I want to know that because Mr. Anoski was saying something like he studied economics not because he liked it, and he didn't study anything in relation to journalism. So I want to know, how did he become a journalist? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. I'll start from the bottom. Okay, so there are no steps to success, right? If anybody tells you there are 3 steps to becoming great, they are deceiving you. Success is very unpredictable, but there are habits you can develop that will help you succeed. Are you following me? Now, in terms of courses my parents wanted, I live my life by one mantra. If you do what you have to do when you have to do them, the day is coming when you will do what you want to do when you want to do it. Do you get my point? Now, my father can't tell me what I should do now. I'm 36 years old. I even advised him. But when I was 16, 17 here, he advised me. So there's a time for everything. There's a time, because as you grow, your knowledge develops. When I was very young, I wanted a bicycle because that was all I wanted. When I got to a certain age, even if you give me a bicycle, I don't want it anymore. When I was young, there were some girls who attracted me. Now when I see them, they even look funny for me. So your life changes. Do you get my point? So what I'm saying is that know that whatever you believe now is not permanent. Now let me give you a final one on that one. Don't take a permanent decision based on a temporary feeling. Do you understand? So right now you feel you don't like general arts. 10 years from now, you will thank God to do general arts, right? So on one level, it's only 3 years. Do the course. After university, you can do what you want. Second question about how I became a journalist. It's a long story. The point is that I followed my passion. My passion is communication, and that's what I live for. I am the only person who knows what makes me happy. I can't live for other people. So that's what I'll say. And at this point, I decide what I do with my life. Nobody else does. Last question about sports. When we were in Presec, I was in House 3. There was a guy called Leslie Ajavon. He's a doctor now. Leslie was with me in the debaters club. He was doing quiz with me. Leslie was in the school 100-meter team. He was in the school football team. And he was in science class 3G. He used to collect prize in science. Leslie's life is a testimony. Sports is a way of developing discipline. If you were in countries that took sports more seriously, you could become the world 100-meter champion. Unfortunately, Ghana does not. But sports will give you certain qualities that the rest of us will not get. If you can combine sports and academics successfully here, even if you became a doctor, you become the best doctor, because the discipline sports will give you, you won't get it in the classroom alone. So do your best in sports. Even the school doesn't promote you, keep doing it, because it's not just about the books, it's about the total quality human being. That will be my answer. Thank you very much.
So we have been unfair to the first questioner. We all left out your question about feeling weird. You remember that? You answered that. Okay. So let me just add on to that it is very, very normal to feel weird. Very normal. To feel like a fish out of water. To feel that you do not really belong. Or that everybody else is probably better than you. Or your background is not exactly as adequate as your dorm mate or that classmate of yours. It's very normal. What will surprise you to know is that the people you think that they fit in so well are also feeling weird and don't exactly think that they belong 100%. So this is a serious matter. Psychologists say that it can even lead to depression. Teenage depression is real, and it's even leading young people to commit suicide, to develop a sense of worthlessness that they can't achieve, they can't finish Presec, they can't make it in life. Never allow feeling weird, feeling down to get over you. Always remember that everybody else has something they wish they could have, a feature they wish belongs to them, but they do not. And turn that rather into a positive, and let that make
you stand out, that you will always take somebody like Michael Phelps. He must have felt very weird in secondary school because he has very weird hands. His hands are very, very long. But today, he's the world's most successful Olympian. Won so many gold medals in swimming. So find out what that feeling you think makes you weird, or that quality you think makes you weird. For all you know, in there lies a gem that can really be your breakthrough. There are many questions about how I got here. I honestly never thought I would become a member of parliament. I never thought I would become a deputy minister. Indeed, if there is anybody who tells you that he is working towards becoming an MP, becoming a deputy minister, you must really take that person for testing, whether he really is okay up there. You work at the pleasure of the president if you are minister. And there are over 4 million in Ghana. The two leading parties have minimum 4 million supporters, committed supporters. And then we all struggle for the 12% floating voters, so we can obtain the 50% plus 1 in the constitution. So what makes you think that you are the greatest Ghanaian to qualify to be amongst, even if it's a generous President Akufo-Addo government, to qualify amongst 110 people to be ministers and deputy ministers? It's not. But what I will tell you is that just have success principles. These principles will apply always. The principles are that be disciplined, be a go-getter, have dedication, have determination, identify what your beliefs are, what you stand for. So the question about how you enter into politics, first of all, politics must be driven by ideology, by belief systems. So begin to read about the ideologies and what you believe in. Are you center-left? Are you a leftist? Are you a social democrat? Or are you on the right of the ideological line? Do you believe in the principles of capitalism, of free market, the right wing, what we call the right wing ideologies? So just read on, explore at this stage, and find out where you belong ideologically, and that will then determine which of the political parties you will join. And if it is that you want to have a political career, please take study groups seriously. Have a mentor. Have somebody who guides you. It is very, very important. Mentorship is important. And you can always identify mentors at every level, in the constituency, at the ministerial level, and that really helps. The question about risk taking, how far do you go to take risks? And you cite the Bill Gates example, that Bill Gates dropped out of school. By the time Bill Gates was dropping out of school, he knew that his idea will work. He knew that setting up Microsoft works. You don't drop out of school first, and then at the Makola market, or at the Malamata taxi station, you are now trying to figure out, okay, I've dropped out of school, what do I do next? That is not a sensible risk to take. So he had tested his idea, and you can say same for Mark Zuckerberg. He tested his idea right when he was in Harvard, the Facebook innovation. It was working amongst Harvard students, and he saw that it would work. He got venture capitalists to back him with the finances needed, and he saw that, look, to grow my business, I must not have distractions. I can always get back to school. And then he drops out to go and grow his business. So risk-taking you must be calculated. It has to be wise. You know, the Bible says that we should go to the ant and learn wisdom. And in all our learning, we should get wisdom, we should get understanding. Those are principal things that you need. And so that's what I say about risk-taking. Risk-taking doesn't mean you should not use your brains, and you should not follow your intuition, and you should not be calculated, as I have said. So I think that I have answered all the questions. Have I left any out? I think that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay, another round of applause for our speakers. They have done tremendously well to take time off their busy schedules to do this for us. In fact, please clap for them again, Charlie. I need a louder clap, louder. I beg you. Nice one. And Elikem has done so well. I'm very proud of him. Please clap for him as well, please. Please do that. Please do that. He's done very well. All right.
Are you getting? Are you getting? All your problems are no solution. Now ego.
We can perform. All right. So, of course, there were sponsors of this event. We wouldn't have been here without our sponsors. PZ Cousins, we thank them very well. Please clap for them. Please. Next time, when you are coming to school, put these things on your list. Nunu milk, Camel soap, Rob Sweets, Premier soap, Camel antiseptic. All those things, they're good. PZ Cousins, I beg. Please clap for them again. They've done very well for us. All right. Hey, and Ataju juice, I beg. From, where's the Ataju juice? Nice one. Please, Ataju, let me see the name again. Ataju Power. If I don't know how this is going to give you power, but it gives power. All right, please take it. Take it. It's by another idea, by the way. Okay.
Please, Ataju juice is not good for teenagers who must abstain. So this is for when you graduate. It is just for you to know that an Odadie is doing wonders. But it is for we the married men.
All right. So I think I'll be taking some Ataju. All right. So I will be inviting onto the stage three of our other very well distinguished guests. Mr. Kwame Jan, please join me on stage. Oh, you'll be doing some small presentation. Yeah. He's a big man, please. He's a director at the National Communications Authority, please. Okay. All right. We have some token from our sponsors that you will be presenting to Honorable, and please bring that forward. Honorable, please, we'll have yours given to you, and then some pictures taken. Yeah, in the middle, please. Okay. A round of applause for them, please. Nice one. Okay. I'll invite Mr. Bernard Donko as well. Mr. Bernard Donko. Mr. Bernard Donko is the 1990 president, the alumni president, and is also the mentorship director at the Alumni Center. As you can see, everybody is giving him. Please give him a round of applause, I beg you. Nice one. All right, Mr. Bernard Donko, you are presenting to Bernard Alowski himself. Nice one. From Bernard to Bernard. Thank you, Zimbo. Hey, I beg you. Carry that thing. Okay. Nice one. Nice one. Nice one. All right. Thank you. And then onto the stage we invite. Which one? And you don't do the backstage. You go get you. You go get you. Mr. David Owusu. Mr. David Owusu, please join us on the stage. Nice one. Nice one. Please clap for him. Clap for him. So David Owusu, please, you'll be presenting to the doorman himself. The doorman Panzo. Nice one, nice one, nice one, nice one. A couple of pictures, please. All right. So I'll invite Leonard Ekufukwapon, our Global Organizing Secretary, to give us some closing remarks, and then we wrap up and call it a night. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Nayo. But before I do that, I also would like to present one to our very able moderator. Very big round of applause to Elikem Robinson. Thank you very much, everyone. But let me ask, has it been good? So do you want us to organize another one for you? All right, then give yourself a big round of applause. Okay, so this is the first of its kind Odadeprenuership Series. And this starts the commemorative week celebration. As you know, this is the only week that alumni would interact with the current students. Tomorrow we have a mentorship program. It starts at 3 p.m. On Wednesday, we have an inter-houses basketball competition at a new basketball court. Is it going to be house 1? Or is it going to be house 2? Is it going to be house 3? Where is house 4? My fellow Reed's housemates, or is it going to be Laboni House? House 7? House 8? Okay, where's house 9? And the defending champions of the Jama Night, house 10, where are you? Okay, so Wednesday, we have the inter-house basketball competition. And the house that's going to win, there's refreshment for each member of the house. Yeah. Now, on Thursday, we have the commemorative lecture. It's going to be held in the new Assembly Hall by Dr. Oseo, the Director of Operations of NLE. That starts at 5:30. And at exactly 7 p.m., we have the inter-houses Jama competition. So is our stand going to defend? Is it going to be our stand once again? Okay, we'll see about that on Thursday. On Friday, tell the person next to you on Friday. Tell the person on the other side on Friday. And tell the person again, bonfire this thing. I want to hear it again. Bonfire this thing. We're going to have Wuta. We're going to have Ebony. And we are going to have our very own Odadeprenuership Master. Okay. And today we got fresh news, and it's very good news because we are going to have our very own special guest of honor, the right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Professor Michael Quay. Round of applause for that. So as I said, we have an award for the most organized house for the procession. So the expectation is high. We want to see a very organized procession by all houses. We're going to induct the Form 3s into the Odadeprenuership fraternity, and we want you to be surrounded by the Form 1 and 2s with your candles, with your torchlights, anything with a light. We are going to light up Ghana, and we are going to light up the world. In the light. Thank you very much.
If you break my heart, I will dead to your father.
So now we are going to be up on our feet as we sing the school anthem. Happy are we, studious are we. We'll take a picture, a good picture. So we'll take group pictures.
Down to a boy selection. It's down to a boy selection. Yeah, move fast, switch up the lanes.